guys, welcome back to Ravenclaw Reads. I'm Courtney, and today I'm going to do a video that I've been kind of thinking about for a while. It is October, which means we only have a couple months left of the year, and there's something about the end of the year that continues to push my motivation to read more books, right? And I also feel like for me, the end of the year is like a cutoff and I start new the following year. So I'm thinking about all of the books that I wanted to read that I didn't get a chance to read yet. And so I wanted to share what books are still on my end of the year TBR, as well as some digital selections that I have that I want to read. I don't know how many of these I'll get to, but if I can weave these in with my other TBRs for the remainder of the year, I would be a happy girl. Now, as we're thinking about end of the year reading and the goals, I'll probably revisit this topic, but I originally set my Goodreads goal at 70 books, which I don't know where you land on that. It might sound like a lot, might not sound like that much, but I knew that I was going to exceed that goal, and that's just how my mind works. I wanted to be able to exceed the goal, so I would feel really great, and I'm close to 200 books, and so I would love to hit that 200 mark if I can, but okay if I don't. But these are the books that are going to be driving some of the in-between times on my TBR. And I just feel like these would be great books to wrap up the year because I don't need to bring them into next year with me. So let's start off with some middle grade books that I'm hoping to finish this year. The first book that I would like to read this year by the end of the year is Mercy Suarez Can't Dance. This is by Meg Medina. I picked this book up probably summer, June around. I was really deep on my middle grade May posts, reading hangover. I was loving all of middle grade May. And I saw this book at Barnes & Noble that was really cute. You can see the font inside. The pages are not full. The font is big. I should be able to whip through this. And it says, this is a sequel, and I've actually seen another one of the books by the same author in the same series at our public library, so I don't know which comes first, and I don't know how many books are in the series, but this is a sequel. And it says, Mercy Suarez changes gears. 7th grade is going to be a trial for Mercy. Teachers are tougher, friendships are complicated, and her family is still, well, they'll always make things interesting. One thing is for sure, though, Mercy Suarez can't dance. Not at the Heart Ball, which bossy Edna Santos is now in charge of, or anywhere else. The thought of dancing in public makes her almost as queasy as Love does, and Mercy's been thinking about Love more than she wants to, especially since the boy she's managing the school store with is actually nice. So this sounds cute. It's giving a little bit of drama plus a little bit of romance, if you can call 7th grade romance, but I think it'll be really cute, so I want to read that. Next, this is bleeding into the series that I want to finish too, but they're still middle grade. So every year since 2017, I've read Harry Potter. So I read Harry Potter late in life. I think I've told this story before, but I was a classroom teacher. One of my students loved Harry Potter. I wanted to connect with that student and decided to read it and fell in love with it. Absolutely obsessed. And since then, every year I reread the books. Last year, I got through book 5 and half of book 6, Half-Blood Prince, and kind of stopped because I kind of got burnt out on the story. Honestly, I would watch the movie every time they were on TV. I owned the movies. I read the books every year, so I was getting kind of burnt out. But I would love to just finish book 6 and 7. It'll be my 4th or 5th reread, but I would love to do that just for my own satisfaction. Yes, I know what happens, but I feel like I've had a good enough break that this might be really good to bring back in November. And again, I'm on Half-Blood Prince, which is book 6, and so if I can read this in Deathly Hallows, I'd feel really great about that. And then I am on still book 3 of Greystone Secrets, and this is The Messengers. I'm on page 137, and I don't remember much of what's going on, kind of. I might just need to do a quick, flip skim, not a reread. But I started this series this year, and it had its ups and downs. Book 1 was great. Book 2 was not. This book is a little bit better, but I just want the satisfaction of finishing it and would love to get this done. So those are my middle grade that I would like to finish. Next up, let's talk about series that I started that I would like to finish. Okay, first up, I have Elle Kennedy's The Summer Girl. This is part of the, what is it? Oh my goodness. hang on, Avalon Bay. It's part of the Avalon Bay novel series. It was like The Good Girl, Bad Reputation, and The Summer Girl. I was super excited to read this. This book came out maybe a year and a half after Bad Reputation. And my reading style has changed since originally reading Good Girl. And Elle Kennedy's writing is just not, it doesn't hit for me the same as it used to. And so when I started reading this, I was like, absolutely not, I'm done. But I feel like I don't want to bring this into 2024. So I would love to read this. And since it is not something that I really read anymore, maybe it'll be a lighter read. It's a little less than 400 pages. But would like to get this knocked off my TBR. Next up, I would like to finish The Brothers Hawthorne. If you've been following my channel, thank you. If you are new and you're just finding me, check out some of my other content and see if you like it. Be sure to subscribe. It's totally free to subscribe, and I try to pump out the content that is authentic to me, but that I think people will enjoy, so check it out. But I had mentioned that I started reading this last month when it came out, and I couldn't get, well, I got to the 250 page mark and I had no idea what was happening. This book is not at all what I thought it was going to be. We're only following Jameson and Grayson, and I thought it was going to be all four brothers, and so I stopped because I love this series. I think it's a 5-star series for me, and so I didn't want to rush through this book and just, you know, carelessly put it to the side, so I stopped. I softy enoughed it. So I want to start from the beginning, and I want to get that done. She's got another book coming out, The Grandest Game, I think June of next year or something, and so I want to finish this book. I owe it to myself to do that. And then this year I really got into the Sight series. I'm on book 3, The Toll. Nothing wrong with it. I just needed a minor break. Oh, it's my good bookmark. You know, you find a book and you have your bookmarks in there. Nothing wrong with this book. I actually really like it. I have it on the Kindle as well, and I want to finish this because it's just time to wrap up this series. I want to see how it ends, and so I want to get back into this. This is a definite going to happen in November for sure. And then this is on my list for October. I really don't think it's going to happen, but I would love to finish As Good as Dead. This is book 3 in the Good Girl Guide to Murder novel series, and book 1 was great. Book 2 was okay. Book 3 is giving, I don't know, not the best, but I want to finish it to say that I've just completed it. And I think that's with most series. We want to finish them to sort of check it off of our list and say that we've done that task, and I'm the same. I want to do that. All right, so let's go next. There's 2 books that I've been in my TBR literally all year, and I'm ready to wipe them off. The first book, maybe not all year, but I've been talking about it and seeing it everywhere. It's a 7-Year Slip. This book I got for my birthday haul, but I had seen lots of things about it. But this book follows a lady who moves into her aunt's apartment and finds a strange man standing in the kitchen. And he's from the past. He's from 7 years in the past. And she has some type of connection with him. It kind of reminds me of In 5 Years by Rebecca Searle, where she's sort of he's in the past, but she's in the future, so she has time to like fix some things in her life. It kind of feels like literary fiction to me with a little bit of romance, and people are saying that it is just really good. It's something you can read in one sitting, and so I would like to read this, and I think November is a perfect time because I really don't have a theme for November. It's like October is a heavy theme, December is a heavy theme, and November is like that catch-up month, and so that might be a great book to read. And then another book, I swear I've had it all year, Begin Again by Emma Lord. So I've been trying to read this book literally all year. I originally borrowed it from the library on Libby, and then I returned it, and then I re-borrowed it, and then I think I actually own it on Kindle because it was on sale, and then I had a book when it was the 50% off sale on hardcovers at Barnes & Noble, picked up the book, and so it's just like, I would like to read this book. I started it and it was good. Nothing was wrong with it. It was just very simple. But it basically follows a girl in college, and she's trying to transfer from junior college to the state college to be with her boyfriend. But her boyfriend is maybe not her boyfriend. So I want to kind of get into that as well. All right, the next category of books I have are the fantasy books that I would love to get through. This is really a far-fetched goal because I know that's not going to happen the way that I wanted to, but I would love to get these fantasies done. So the first one is Dance of Thieves by Mary Pearson. I also have this on the Kindle, and I just keep finding bookmarks. Okay, so I'm on page 83 on this book, and I don't remember it at all, but I know that I liked it. And there's a sequel to this as well. It's a duology, so I kind of want to get through this. This one says a formidable outlaw family that claims to be the first among nations. A son destined to lead, thrust suddenly into power. 3 fierce young women of the Rattan, the Queen's premier guard. A legendary street thief leading a mission determined to prove herself. A dark secret that is a threat to the entire continent. When outlaw leader meets reformed thief, a cat and mouse game of false moves ensues, bringing them intimately together in a battle that may cost them their lives. Wow, that may cost them their lives and their hearts. And so, like I said, I started this. I don't remember where I put it down, but I would like to read this. It's been on my shelf for a while. And then, now this is, again, far-fetched. I would like to read the Crescent City novels because book 3 is coming out in January, I believe. I started with House of Earth and Blood right after ACOTAR, and I actually liked this better than Throne of Glass, but I put it down to read Throne of Glass, and I'm on page 185 in this book. I will definitely have to refresh myself, but what I liked about it is that it was fantasy, but almost in a modern time, and so it was really readable. And I enjoyed it, but I put it down again to read Throne of Glass, and as you know, I've also been reading Throne of Glass all year, and I don't love it, so I'm just going to have to DNF that series and let it look pretty on my shelf, but I don't want to read it. And then I haven't, of course, started House of Earth and Blood because I haven't finished Crescent City, so I would like to read these so that I can get the 3rd book, and they have so many pretty covers that are Barnes & Noble exclusives that I would love to get that collection too. But the inside of this hardcover is pretty awesome as well. But I would like to read those. And then, in a different dimension, I would really like to read The Priory of the Orange Tree. This is by Samantha Shannon. I don't know anything about it except that it is chunky, okay? And something about having this book in my collection it warms my soul, and I would love to accomplish reading this. It says, the House of Baronet has ruled Inez for 1,000 years. Still unwed, Queen Sabrin the Ninth must conceive a daughter to protect her realm from destruction, but assassins are getting closer to her door. Ed Duran is an outsider at court. Though she has risen to the position of lady-in-waiting, she is loyal to a hidden society of mages. Ed keeps a watchful eye on Sabrin, secretly protecting her with forbidden magic. Across the dark sea, Tanae has trained to be a dragon rider since she was a child, but is forced to make a choice that could see her life unravel. Meanwhile, the divided East and West refuse to parley, and forces of chaos are rising from their sleep. Holy moly. So this is definitely high fantasy. The names, I'm going to have to make up my own names for them, but this is like in another world. I would love to finish this book. At least start it, right? It's like 800 pages. But I mean, there's only so many hours in a day and only so many more days in the year. But like, this would be epic if I could finish at least some of those fantasy books. Okay, now lastly, I have a couple of digital books that I would love to finish. Okay, I just have my Kindle Scribe hanging out. I'm going to scroll through my list and tell you real quick what I would like to read. The first book I would like to finish is The Boyfriend Candidate by Ashley Winstead. That's this book. I actually got it for sale. I follow E-Daily Books or E-Daily Deals on Instagram, and she always links amazing deals for Kindle books. And so now, like, unless it's a brand new book, I try not to buy it unless it's on sale. So I got this book for like $2.99, and that's a brand new book. I don't know anything about it, but it looks like a cute romance, and it was on my birthday list, but it's one that I put back. And then A Discovery of Witches. I've talked about this. I'm reading it lightly this month in October. If I don't finish it, I would love to finish it this year. I started the Cruel Prince series, and so the second book is The Wicked King, and I did say I would like to read that. I have a copy from the library. what else? Okay, so also Lucy Score has a couple of new holiday books out. One's called The Christmas Fix. I dislike this cover. The cover at Barnes & Noble is so much cuter, but I would love to read that. And then I also have Wildfire by Hannah Grace. This is book 2 in, I don't know what the series is called, but it's a Maple something series. But this is a sequel to Icebreaker, so we're following a different couple, and that's this book here, so I would love to read that. That one for sure. Legends and Lattes has a prequel coming out, and so I would love to read that. That comes out November 7th. That's a definite that I will pick up. I'm just going to do a little quick scroll because you don't want to watch me scroll through my entire backlog. Okay, so I also was reading The Naturals, and I've read The Naturals, Killer Instinct, and I have book 3 all in. I would like to finish that series this year as well. And just like I said, I'm not going to go through the whole list here, but those are the ones that pop out that I would like to read before the end of the year. So I have a lot to do. I probably shouldn't even like turn on a TV or look at YouTube or work or anything because I just have so many books that I need to read. But comment down below if you set this goal for yourself. Do you wrap up the year and like you want to cut it off like I do? Or are you okay sprinkling things into the following year? Let me know down below too if you've read any of the books that are my final sort of like overall TBR for the year. I would love to hear what you thought about them. Or just comment to say, hey, appreciate that. So thanks to all my new subscribers. You guys are really enjoying my shorts. Thank you for your support. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you on Sunday with my weekly vlog. Bye, guys.